Hey everybody, it's Nate and Steph from Adventure in a Backpack. Welcome to Monday's live chat take 2. Hopefully our audio problems are fixed, but Steph is going to talk for just a half a second while I double check everything.
Okay, so like I was saying before, if you guys were on before, first off, I want to know what everybody did over the weekend. So, did you go on any adventures or have anything fun that you want to share? And how was the weather where you guys are at? We had some pretty fantastic weather over the weekend. How are we doing?
I think we're good. I think we're doing good.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to, if you'll talk for a second, I'm going to pull up the comments because they did not come up automatically.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, so let us know in the comments below what everybody did over the weekend, whether you went hiking or backpacking or rock climbing or anything like that. We're getting some comments rolling in that is saying that it sounds much better. Basically don't know what happened. We just turned it off, turned it back on, and was pretty much good to go after that. But let's see, so over the weekend, we didn't have any real adventures. So definitely let us know in the comments what you guys did. What we did, let's see, Saturday, but we're still going to tell you what we did. That's what this live show is all about, I guess. We went to, so on Saturday morning, we went to meet with somebody about life insurance and
fun.
retirement funds and all that kind of stuff. So super not fun. I don't think.
Yeah, I think that stuff's fun for me.
After we got done with it all, we had all these different papers and pamphlets and stuff, and Stephanie totally was knew what was going on, and I'm she's like, which one did you like? I was like, there were multiple of them. I thought they were all the same thing, and so I didn't know we had options. So that's pretty much how this works.
I got it taken care of.
But then after that, we did all kinds of van maintenance. We're getting a new headboard in the back of the van, right above the where a headboard goes in the bed, and then so the area right above that where all of our wires pass through to go to the roof, we actually boxed that in with the same stuff that we made the roof out of, so it looks a little prettier now. We just left that undone when we took off the first time around, just because we were kind of uninspired on
how to finish it out.
Yeah, how to finish it out. So we left that undone. We had a few little wiring gremlins that we had to take care of, just loose connections. We had a fuse that we think was going bad, and so we replaced that, fixed our loose wires. What else did we do?
A little bit of cleaning in the van and ordering lots of parts for installing solar next week.
Yeah.
This week.
Exactly.
This week, yeah.
So we'll rip through some of the comments, see what people are we're up to this last weekend. See, New Art say you bought a new Sun Raider. Raider. Sun Raider.
Yeah.
Not sure what that is. Let me know. What is that?
Also, New Art, you never got the solar diagrams. Be sure to check your spam, because sometimes it does go to the spam. And if not, be sure to shoot us an email, and we'll make sure you get those diagrams.
Yep. Spam is usually the culprit.
Yeah, for sure. Nomadic Bike went biking. Fantastic. Where did you go biking?
Nice.
And we don't typically remove our live stuff. We just removed that last one because the audio was so horrible. The one that we just restarted. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
What's up, Sam? Coming to Nicaragua next weekend. Super excited about that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. That's where all the cheers will be for tonight.
I think my beer's
Cheers,
warm
friend.
at this point. Cheers, guys.
Yep, a little warm.
Fantastic. Not too bad.
Hey, somebody's noticed your hair.
Yeah, I got highlights. Not only did I get highlights, I got purple and blue highlights.
Come in here. Come closer.
Come closer.
Or just slide over. Over this way. Over this way. Oh, this way. There you are. Look at that.
Oh, yep. Purple and blue. Purple and blue. I love it. I haven't dyed my hair a different color since I was, 10. So this is definitely different for me, but I love it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? Shane's on. What's up, Shane? Nasty weather in lower Ontario, microburst type thing, ripped shingles off roofs and knocked down trees. Other than that, great. Oh, that sucks.
We did have some tornadoes here last week.
Yeah.
I think Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
Last week?
Yeah.
It would have been Tuesday because we were on a live chat.
We didn't do
Monday.
live chat. Yeah. Yeah, Tuesday we ended up getting the storm shelter, all that kind of stuff, but nothing happened. No damage.
Not
here. Just
not here. I think there was
miles.
a tornado that touched down a few miles southwest of us, but I think it touched down in the middle of a field. So
yeah.
I don't think it did much damage.
I don't think there was any injuries or anything like that. So
that's always good.
Yeah, basically.
All
but
right.
we'll have a vlog about that actually, because I actually videoed like that whole evening. So that'll be fun. Anyway, went for a trail run in Mount Laguna area with friends in San Diego. Weather's been great. Yeah, San Diego weather's always great, right? Nice.
Yeah. Oh, so Jeff, did you go to the meetup in San Diego last weekend?
Oh yeah, Sam Van Zandt was there.
Yeah, that sounded like it was a blast. Sounded like the one night meetup turned into like a 3 or 4 day like shenanigans. So definitely sounded really fun. Speaking of meetups, we have our first meetup finally planned. It's going to be in Portland on June 22nd. Well, just outside of Portland on June 22nd. And that's a Friday. It's going to be at the Lewis and Clark State Recreation Area. This is actually the place that we met Sam Van Zandt for the first time. So, props to her for finding this location last year.
We had our own island.
Yeah, we did have our own island last year. So we're going to do that again. And so that'll be June 22nd. We'll probably be out there around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Feel free to come and go as you please. Mm-hmm. That area is pet friendly, so you can bring your dogs. We'll have our dogs there. And there's a bunch of parking area. So.
Did you say the link is in the description below?
I did not say the link.
Yep, the link is in the description below. So scroll down. It's a Facebook event. So if you're on Facebook, you can reserve there. And if you're not on Facebook, you just have to do whatever it is you do for events. Write it down.
Show up.
Paper, notepads, whatever.
Yep. Calendar.
Exactly. The Mac Bike says he loves what you're doing with your hair. Kim's son Kim, hello from San Francisco. Hello from Oklahoma. Urban Bike Championship. Let's see. Whoa, no. I'm just smashing words together now. Let's see.
Is that Blue tonight? Play volleyball at
Nice.
North Ave Beach.
Oh no,
this weekend.
Volleyball's totally an adventure.
Yeah, that
I
is
love
so
volleyball.
an adventure. Nate is a big volleyball fan, so
Yeah, I love volleyball.
I like playing volleyball, but I'm not good at it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I still like playing.
That's something I miss about where we lived in Denver. If you guys are from Denver or Aurora specifically, there's a bar called Gibby's, and they've got like 2 really nice volleyball courts around there, and like our townhouse was only like 3 blocks away, and so we could walk to the bar and play volleyball all night, and it was a blast.
It was fantastic. You know where it said Sun Raider is a tornado. I've got tornadoes on the mind now. A Toyota Micro RV, 1984. We will definitely give that a Google because that sounds pretty awesome.
Shopping for
So
Class
fantastic.
B's.
Man, lots of people shopping for RVs and getting RVs.
I guess because the weather's getting nice, right?
Yeah, it's starting to be that season now.
Springtime, everybody's thinking about going outside and everything like that. So just kind of to keep that rolling, like, let me know, like, we're talking about like what we did this last weekend, but like, what's the plans for this summer? Like, does anybody have any like big trips going on? Because I know not everybody is like full time, and that's totally awesome. Like, even if you're just getting out and you're having to weekend warrior it up, like, that's great. Like, let us know like what big trips you're taking this trips, and specifically like what are you doing on these trips. So if you're going to Montana on a vacation, like what are you doing in that location? That's what I'm curious about. So yeah, let's see. On all fours is saying solar. Missed the update. Nope. So if you're talking about the solar that's in the little let's see what we're talking about.
Description.
Oh no, I don't have the ticker rolling. But so the solar we're talking about, we're updating our solar to lithium, and we're also installing solar on my mom's view. We'll get to all the solar stuff here in a bit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of adventuring do we do in hotter weather? as much water activities as possible. We paddleboard and surf and scuba dive and
hike,
swim. Well, we hike, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think those are the big ones, but we do try to stay in kind of a little bit cooler weather. We try not to get into anything above about 85 degrees, just because that just makes things uncomfortable in the van. It makes it uncomfortable for us to sleep. We don't have an air conditioner or anything, so we've just got the fans.
We bike.
We do bike.
Yep.
We rock climb.
Rock climb.
Not in really hot weather though. That gets hot on the hands quick.
Those are our summertime activities. So like biking, hiking, paddleboarding, surfing, scuba dive. If we're in the area.
You've got to not give me the spinny chair next time. I'm like spinning the whole time.
Moving around. That's funny. Put in a window and a slidey door. Not much of an adventure, but that is an adventure in craftsmanship, I do believe. And then going back to Bend this weekend. Nice. Drove around northern Wisconsin to see which lakes still have the ice. Wow, that's kind of crazy, honestly, that the lakes still have ice.
Yeah.
Is that unseasonal or is it seasonal? Is that a word? Unseasonal? Seasonable. Or is that like kind of odd? Let's see. What else we got going on?
What do you charge in the charging drawer? Is it AC or DC? AC and DC or AC or just...
Ask us that question again here in just a minute when we get to all the solar stuff.
You don't have to ask it again. I'll remember it.
You'll remember it. Okay, write it down.
Written down in my head.
Okay.
Got it.
Let's see. Houses always have questions. Would you rather in Utah or Colorado? Let's see. Oh, man. Would you rather Utah or Colorado?
Oh, that's a hard question. I'd say Colorado.
Yeah. I think so too.
Like as far as living,
I don't think it matters.
If we were to like settle down, I'm assuming this question is if we were to settle down again, and
be back in a house.
Yeah, be back in a house. I would say Colorado.
Yeah. You're back.
And I'm out of focus.
And focus. Okay.
Sorry about that. Camera battery died. I think we were just troubleshooting a little bit too long. So yeah, sorry about that.
Usually we can get in like a good hour and a half or so on the video, and whenever we troubleshoot for an hour before we actually go.
Okay.
So anyway, but you guys will see this by the time we get back around. Anyway, so we're gonna catch up here. Let's see everybody's screen. Lots of screens going black. Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that. Now we've got to go back.
I gotta scroll back.
Your mom messaged us to let us know we crashed.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Thanks, Mom.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, Sam was saying she's going on a hot air balloon. You already
Yeah,
got
I
to
got
that.
past that, and then Shane is going full-time RVing in June. Unfortunately, on the other side of the country of your meetup. So, where are you gonna go, Shane? Because I know
Asheville?
you live in the East right now, right? I believe I
Like
remember that. I can't remember exactly
Vermont?
where.
New Hampshire?
I don't know. I was gonna say New Jersey, but we could be completely off.
Well, they're all like right
But
there.
yeah, so where are you going? Where are you starting your adventure? But super congrats. That's super exciting. Steve says our summer plan is Denmark, Paris, and Iceland. Iceland. Man, that is a really, really terrible summer plan. I don't think you should do it. I think I should just take your tickets instead.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm going to take Kyle's instead. Safari in Kruger National Park in South Africa. That sounds fantastic. We actually have some friends from South Africa that now live in Nicaragua, and we totally want to go visit Cape Town. They're from Cape Town, and everything that they've said about it and all of the pictures and stuff that they share on Facebook all the time about it, it's just incredible. So I'm very jealous of you. So have a fantastic time. What you got?
I think that's it. I think we got most of them. Let's see. Somebody was asking about that the volleyball court, and I can't find it now. It's weird. I saw it. Oh no, there it is. Bumping along, saying it was a bar with the sand volleyball courts near the Piper Inn. I don't know about the Piper Inn. I don't remember that place. It's by.
Where are you seeing this?
Havana, and it's in Aurora, off of Havana and what was that cross street there?
Yale?
Havana and Yale. It's called Gibby's. It's fantastic.
Gibby's, yeah.
Anyway, let's see. He was asking. So Pet Cat Rio was asking. He said, "Is this year 2 for you guys in the van?" So we're coming up on year 1 in the van, and basically
coming up on starting on year 2. We'll be starting year 2 in July. So we officially moved into the van mid-July of last year. So, yep. But we were in the RV. We moved into the RV in January of 2016. So we've been nomadic for 2.5 years now. So.
Yep.
Very, very difficult. I actually, I had an interview today, a phone interview with a journalist, asking about van life and stuff like that. And one of her questions was, what were the hardest things to give up in moving into a van? And that question was actually really hard for me to answer because it's been so long since I've lived in a house. I realize 2.5 years isn't so long, but it's been kind of so long since I've lived in a normal house that I couldn't really remember what all we gave up. She said that, and I was like, well, I guess we gave up TVs. I think that's actually what I said was TVs, I think. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of weird. But we have been on the road for a long time, it seems like.
Yeah, quite a while. And I think it's kind of hard being stationary for too long. It just gets super antsy. I don't know. Which we need to slow down our traveling. We've talked about that several times. We think we travel too fast.
We do.
I think that's a hard thing to do is just get antsy and then want to go from one side of the country to the other side of the country kind of thing. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Shane was saying that he's in Connecticut right now, going to be exploring the eastern side of the country for the rest of the year, heading west is the plan for next year. Nice. I'm sure our paths will cross at some point in time. So I'm hoping you've got Asheville, North Carolina on your list because that place, wow.
Fantastic.
So good.
Jeff, no, I did not see your comment a while back, but is it in today's chat? If it's in today's chat, then I can scroll back and find it at some point. But I don't see it. I'm scrolling back right now, and I don't see it right now. But yeah, I would love some suggestions on external mics and specifically secondary monitors for me.
Yeah, exactly. We're actually shopping for a backpack.
Oh, it doesn't even say external mics. I think I just made that up.
External monitor?
External monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
External/second laptop
Yeah.
monitor. Yeah, no, we're actually we both have 17-inch laptops, and there's not really enough real estate for either one of us on those with her and all of her spreadsheet magic what do you work on? Do you have
Sure, spreadsheet magic. We'll just go with that.
Spreadsheet magic and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Premiere is one of those things that's you kind of need to have something you're working on and then something you're referencing off to the side. And so even a 17-inch laptop isn't quite enough. But it's we're shopping for backpacks that have specific, that have a laptop carrying case. Finding 17-inch backpack or 17-inch laptop compatible backpacks is kind of limiting. Wow. Especially in the photography realm, trying to find a backpack that's affordable that has a spot for a 17-inch computer and then all the camera gear as well. Whew.
Yeah. You could have just left that as finding a backpack for photography that is affordable.
That's true. Well, some of the Amazon basics when they're relatively affordable. I don't know if they're any good or not, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Those low pro ones, I mean, they're good. The one that I had was good, but they're expensive. Yeah. And then the very custom ones are very, very expensive. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Well, no, Forza is saying next time we're in SoCal, I'd love to see your van. Yeah, we'll definitely be in SoCal at some point in time.
Actually, we'll be there in October.
If you're building the van before that though, feel free to ask us questions. Just leave questions on any of our videos. Even if it doesn't pertain to your question. I know it doesn't look like it as of this last week, but we actually do respond to all of the comments on our YouTube channel. We're a little behind right now, but we do respond to all of them, and that's on our to-do list coming up next day or two.
Get caught up.
But anyway, if you if any of you guys have questions about van stuff, you don't think about it during a live chat or whatever, just ask it on any of the videos and we'll answer it.
Yeah.
If we can.
Mm-hmm. I would say try probably the only place that's not very good to ask questions on older stuff is Instagram, because Instagram only gives me 100 notifications at a time. So if I don't see it within 100 notifications, which I get notified for every single like that we get, so those tick up pretty quickly. So, but anywhere else, our email address.
I'll get back to it on YouTube before I will my email address.
And I'll probably respond on email before I will YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube keeps it nice and easy for me. I get too much spam in email.
That's true.
Anyway. Okay. Let's see. I gotta catch up now.
Okay, we've got some personal questions. Are those green eyes very rare? Mine are blue. His are hazel. So I don't know who you were talking about, but what are you doing?
We're eye colors. Hop in there. Look at those. Wow. No, look at don't look at the monitor.
But I want to see.
Okay.
No, mine are blue. Did they look green right now?
Yeah, they look really green right now.
No, blue. It's just because of the blue in my hair. Probably is totally a different color blue than my eyes.
Maybe so.
Anyway, how tall are we?
I am 6'2".
I'm 5'7". So we're both relatively tall.
Yeah.
Do you know when the best month to visit Yellowstone?
Spring, probably.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Right after the snow melts. Right after they open up the whole road.
What is it, May?
That would be
probably pretty soon here.
Yeah.
Pretty right now.
It might be. I don't want to say it's too late.
I don't think it's too late.
But it's going to start you're going to start hitting traffic before too long because
school's not out yet, so right now,
now,
right within the next week or two.
Today, you need to go go ahead and
like leave right now.
Leave the live stream, go get in your car, and go to Yellowstone because.
Okay, Nate.
Because the summertime rolls around and it gets really, really crowded, and apparently you just sit in traffic all day, basically. But good time to go is like March is a good time to go, but they typically don't have the road open all the way around the whole park. But there's still a lot to see, even if that, and there's no crowds, basically, unless you go to Old Faithful. Which, pro tip, if you go to Yellowstone and you want to see a geyser, go to Lone Star Geyser. Write this down. Lone Star Geyser.
Yeah.
It's almost as big as Old Faithful, but there's no crowds.
Yeah.
So
it's like I think it's like a 1.5 mile hike in or something like that. But it's an easy hike. There's no elevation change. So you're not going uphill and downhill and stuff like that. So it's a really, really flat, easy hike, and it's so worth it.
Yeah.
You do have to time it. I think what is it called? It's not erupting, but what is it called when the geyser goes off?
I think it's erupting. Well, let's just call it erupting.
Okay, we're just going to call it erupting.
Okay.
I don't think that's what it's called. Anyway, so it erupts pretty regularly. So you may have to wait like 30 to 45 minutes or something like that. And before you can see it, but there's a log there, and you can see on the log when the last time it erupted and when the predicted next time it's going to go off is. So fantastic hike. What did you just take a picture?
No, I was taking a pic. Like whenever I was explaining all of our like backpack problems, like I just got a flood of like suggestions and stuff. Ida Big Kahuna said Maxpedition backpacks. That's one I have not looked at yet. So thanks for that. I will start investigating that tonight because I need to buy one tonight. So, but yeah, basically, I'll check those out. Yeah.
Okay, Jeff said his wife and him are both in IT and love having an extra monitor when working. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely love to have an extra monitor. When I worked in an office, I had 3 monitors. So going from 3 monitors down to 1 laptop was really difficult. I don't think I necessarily need 3 monitors anymore, but 2 monitors would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I actually tried to figure out how to wire my tablet up as a secondary monitor, and there's no good way. There's no solid good way to do it. There's a few people that said you could do this and spend, $100 on cords and accessories and programs and this and that and the other thing, but it may or may not work. So I was like, well,
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see. I'm scrolling through these things. Let's see. Yeah, so now we got a few questions about like videography and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and hit on that since we're talking about that.
Okay.
Because we're talking about like laptops and all the like the tech and all that kind of stuff.
That's all you. I've got nothing there.
Yeah. So let's see. One of the questions was, where did it go? Did you learn about your video shooting and editing through Skillshare or through another platform or your own? I learned about it largely through a program called Full-Time Filmmakers. I'll put some more information about that somewhere. Let me organize some more information because there's a few spots that I got a lot of my information from, and I want to present it well because I feel like if I just give you bits and pieces, then I'm not really doing anybody any good. So let me get some information about that together, and I'll be able to present that a little better. Yeah. So the next question, kind of on the same lines, is like, what are we using for live streaming? And I wish I had a mirror right here. So we're live streaming through the laptop. You gonna pull your phone up and selfie it? Can I do that?
I was going to try that.
Let's try that. Let's see if that works. I don't think that's going to work, but oh, that's me.
Well, that's what you want. You want it to be selfie. No,
Okay.
I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, that's because it's not focused. Here, Point back to the camera. There we are.
Oh, there we are.
There we go. Okay, all right, that's enough of that. So yeah, I got the. So I have my camera I shoot with on the daily, the Sony A7S. I have it set up behind the laptop. Currently, we're using a 18 to 105 crop sensor lens. That's actually Stephanie's lens. I've got a 24 to 70 full frame lens coming in that should be in the end of the week, and then that's going to the computer via an Elgato Cam Link. Is how it's going from micro HDMI to the HDMI down here. So that's that.
We just had a mirror delivered.
Oh. Ask and you shall receive. I was like, what is that doing?
It's a big ass mirror, but it is a mirror.
There we go. That's what we got going on. And then the lights are just light.
Thanks, Ma.
And then the lights are just lights that I jacked from a like a floodlight kind of thing. Nothing fancy. Anyway, thanks, Mom. So yeah, I think that's about enough from that. What else do we got here?
Okay, I think we had a few van questions. I lost my chat though.
Yeah, so let's do that. Let's talk van questions. Van questions, solar questions. You ready to fire that off?
Solar questions.
So let's talk solar questions because actually so for those of you who do not know, my mom got a truck camper last week, and we are going to be installing solar on that. So if you guys have seen our last solar tutorial that we built or that we put together, we're going to be doing another one that's going to be vastly much better. It's going to be a lot more concise, to the point, and have a lot more teaching involved in it. And we're going to be doing that on her truck camper. So what that means is we have not shot the video. We have not done the actual install just yet. That should actually be starting tomorrow. So blast us with questions about what you have about solar. We'll answer as many of them as we can get to. But the ones that we're using this as like things to cover in the video, basically. This is kind of going to be our think tank. So this is crowdsourcing content.
Yes. And especially if we can't specifically answer them, if they're a little bit more technical, we'll be asking Battleborn Batteries to elaborate on all of those kind of more technical questions and getting those details that we aren't sure on, or things like that. So, or want to get more technical specs. So, the first question was the one from back earlier. I told you I'd remember.
Oh, I don't remember. What is it?
Are you going to be talking about the lithium battery upgrades? After so many miles on the van, would you go Sprinter again or any of the other three? So that really, I don't necessarily think that was all about solar. So
that's okay. We'll answer some.
Lithium, yeah. So let's go ahead and answer that other question. Would we go Sprinter again or any of the other three, Ford, Dodge, or Nissan? Honestly, for us, like for the price, it was really our only option. The Sprinter was the only option because Ford, the Ford Transit, the ProMaster, and the Nissan, whatever that one's called. I don't remember what that one's called.
Yeah, NV200 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Those weren't around back in 2007. And so I may be misspeaking on that. I think Transits might have been around, but maybe not as common.
They were the smaller ones, I think.
So Sprinters were the most common back then. And so for our price point, our price range, we couldn't have found anything else. So I don't really think that it's one of those, like, would we have gone one or the other had we been able to choose differently? I don't think we had really an option. Specifically when we were looking for it, we tried to look at all different makes and models, but Sprinters were the only thing available, so in our price range. So that
Yep.
was pretty easy decision.
If you've got a bigger budget, then you can investigate those other options a little more. But
yeah, but if you've got a bigger budget, like if you've got a bigger budget, then I would go with like the newest one that you could possibly get that fits your needs, because the newer you're going to get, if you're getting one that is still under warranty, that's going to be a whole lot better than getting an 11-year-old vehicle and driving it around and hoping that it doesn't break.
Or you could get an older one and keep that money in savings so that you can fix problems when they come around.
True story.
Either way, really, it's kind of a trade-off kind of thing. So, because things are going to break no matter what. New vehicle, old vehicle, doesn't matter. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Quick question, real quick. I'm gonna jump back to this because I like this question. You can always sucker me in with adventure questions. Was asking if there's any free camping campsites available in Yellowstone during the off season, or is reservations a must? I don't think there's any free camping like within the actual park. You'd have to look at just outside of the park in the national forest, whatever national forest that is in West Yellowstone. It's in between West Yellowstone and the national park. There's some national forest there that might be an option.
Yep, and there is even a little bit further. I think it's about a half hour, 45 minutes outside of Yellowstone on the west side. There is a free campground on that lake. Do you remember what that's called?
No, I don't.
I don't remember what it's called, but there's a lake there. And there's a campground. There is an RV park on the lake as well, but there's a free campground, free recreation site there. And I say free. It's technically free, but
it's Bill Frome.
Bill Frome. That's it. Yeah. But I like I said, it's free, but it's donation based. So if you feel like you want to donate, which I always recommend donating, so they can keep those open, but there's no like set fee or anything like that, so you can go use it for free. It's right on the water. There's a boat ramp there. It's fantastic. Mm-hmm. So, but that's about like 30, 45 minutes outside of the park.
Yeah, it's a ways.
You've got to drive in a little ways, but it's still really nice.
I think if I were going back to Yellowstone, I would recommend reserving a campsite in Yellowstone, because Yellowstone is huge. It is a huge piece of land. We seriously underestimated the size of it, and we didn't get to see enough of it last time we were there because of that. On the map it's just like, oh, we'll just make a quick little circle around this loop right here, and like if you were to drive that loop, it would take 8 hours. Like it's a very large piece of land.
Yeah. It looks way smaller on the map, but it's not. It is.
It's actually
huge.
really big. Yeah, exactly. A. Taylor was asking 12 volts or 24 volt. So we're on 12 volt. I think 12 volt for us makes more sense because all of our other appliances, lights, fans, all that kind of stuff is 12 volt. So rather than introduce, like I know for 24 volt you can use smaller wire or anything like that, but like then you have to use I don't know the technical word for them, but like step down from 24 to 12 volt as just a trade-off. I don't think it really matters one way or the other, but I figured just send it to 12 volt right to the battery, and then if your batteries are wired in 12 volt, you don't have to worry about, you only have 12 volt and 110 to worry about. You don't have 12 volt and 24 volt and 110 to worry about. So that's kind of why we went that route.
Yep.
Somebody's asking if we worried about somebody stealing our solar panels while we're away. That's not something I've ever worried about. No, they're up there pretty good. Like, yeah,
somebody would have to be really, really, really trying, and at that point, like they need them more than we do.
Yeah, you need an extension ladder to get to the. Maybe not an extension ladder. Maybe an extension ladder to get up there, because they're all bolted down to the roof rack. So you're gonna have to undo bolts from all four sides, and then cut the wires, and then like.
Yeah. If somebody's putting that much effort into stealing a $160 panel, then they clearly need it more than we do. So.
Yeah, exactly, and it's all insured anyway. So
that's true. Yeah.
Not really something we worry about. Let's see what other questions we got. Oh, Overland Expo. You want to cover that?
Overland Expo. I don't see that one.
Okay. Monica was asking if we were going to be in Arizona for the Overland Expo this month. I think that's actually next week. No, we won't. We are going to Nicaragua. We're headed to Nicaragua. We're flying out this Sunday, and we won't be back until next Saturday.
Oh, that's right. I forgot the Overland Expo was this week.
And seeing lots of awesome pictures.
Yeah.
But nope, we had a schedule conflict.
Yeah. So
no. Are you going?
Yeah.
Who all is anybody going to Overland Expo in it's in Phoenix, right? Phoenix, Flagstaff, Prescott.
Prescott.
You want to tell them that story?
Yeah. So I can't even remember what you were doing, but
I was talking about those windows.
Okay. So he was looking up some windows on online, and so he said, "Oh, I found the company that makes the windows in Terry's camper," and he said, "Yeah, they're out of Prescott, Arizona," and I was like, "Prescott? Is that pretty close to Prescott?" Because that's not how you pronounce it. And Nate's pretty quick with stuff like that. He goes, "No, Prescott. It's just outside of Post-Scott." Or he said it's just outside of Scott. But if you go on the other side of it, it's Post-Scott.
Depends on which way you're driving.
So then he created this entire phantom map and explained to me where Scott was. But if you go to it, if you are on your way to Scott, you come to a town called Prescott. But then as you're leaving, you get to Post-Scott. But if you're going the other way, then it becomes Prescott. Yeah. Post-Scott becomes Prescott. It's really freaking confusing.
No, you got it.
It's really confusing.
Yeah, so
it's really just that you mispronounced it and it's pronounced Prescott. Basically,
the city limits of Prescott / Post-Scott is a donut around Scott, Arizona.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. Using a 1,000 watt induction cooker, what's your power recommendation? Wow. You can take that one.
What we have would be more than adequate. 2,000 watt inverter. I'm not sure. Like I haven't.
Batteries would be the biggest.
Yeah,
thing.
the batteries, and depending on how long you cook, because I know they're fairly efficient. Mm-hmm. But 1,000 watts, that's probably off the top of my head, 80 something amps, DC. You know, if you've got 400 watts or 400 amp hours of battery, I think that would be way sufficient for that. 400 usable. Wait. No. 300 of usable. It's just speculation at this point. I will try to get a better answer and come back to that. We'll put that one in the notes to come up. That would be a good one for the video of like how do you size a solar panel system. Because sometimes it's like we get these questions and it's like I try to answer them on the fly and then it's like actually that was really bad information. Like we're going to skip that for now. We're going to note it. Then we're going to make an actual like video that actually has some good value and content and stuff to it. And then you guys can watch that.
Yeah. Jeff has a fantastic question. Do you plug your laptops into AC and run the inverter, or get DC power supplies and save the DC AC loss? We actually plug it into AC, and the reason that we have plugged it into AC and are dealing with that DC to AC to DC loss. Anyway, because we couldn't find chargers that charge DC for our laptops. So that's a really silly problem to have.
We could for years.
We could find one for mine. So mine's a pretty common, just a normal like HP Pavilion laptop.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty simple.
I'm gonna. Oh, it's right out of the screen. Okay, you guys need to see this. So this is the power brick for. This is my hand, normal size adult male hand. This is the power brick for my laptop. It is a how big is this? It's huge, basically. It pulls 20 something amps DC whenever I've got my graphics card running, whenever I'm editing videos and everything like that. So I have looked and I can't find a DC power adapter for my laptop that's going to supply full power. Apparently, I can undersupply it power, and it just won't run on full capabilities, basically. But I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel like if I'm undersupplying it, it's going to be confusing to the computer. Whether that's a thing or not, I'm not sure. Maybe somebody who's in IT that's watching right now could explain that a little better than I could. Uh, but that's kind of what I thought. But yeah, so right now we're just having more battery power and are dealing with that DC to AC to DC power loss, basically. So yours we could do that with. But anytime you're on a computer, I'm on the computer too. So it kind of doesn't matter that much.
Yep, exactly. Monica is saying, asking if it's worth it to go to the Overland Expo. It's in Flagstaff. They're just starting their build. So I would say, I mean, we've never actually been to the Overland Expo, but I would say, especially if you're just starting your build, it would be a fantastic place to go. I mean, good time and good ideas to see kind of what you're getting into and all of that. I think, let's see, somebody said, Jeff said they went to the Overland Expo last year. Totally worth it. Lots to see and learn. So yeah, that would be my opinion. I want to go really bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We've just always had schedule conflicts with Overland Expo. So hopefully we'll get to go soon.
Yeah, we did. We have the last, basically since we learned about what the Overland Expo was.
Yeah, like 3 years.
We've had scheduling conflicts every year. It's just at a weird time. So that was our thing last year. Last year we were trying to get the van built in time to go to the Overland Expo.
Right. And that did not happen.
And
then
that didn't. Yeah, we weren't close.
2 months out.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay.
Sam was saying that they don't pronounce Prescott.
I've actually never heard it pronounced that way. Prescott.
That's what it sounds like. Somebody like a brand would like email us for. It's like, can you send us your press kit?
Prescott. Sounds like a biscuit.
That's funny.
No, I want a biscuit. Anyway, we've talked about donuts and biscuits tonight. I'm hungry.
Ida Coon, I see your question. I'll give you an address.
Oh man.
Pet Cat Rio is saying, when you hook the solar up, does it matter if it's a portable unit or a fixed unit? Yeah, actually, like, I think it does. Like, not necessarily, it doesn't matter for like amps or volts or watts or anything like that, but I think it's like, we like it because, if we are parked at a grocery store and we're inside for, 30 minutes or whatever getting groceries, like, then we're charging on solar while we're in there getting groceries. And with a portable kit, like, if you don't have anything mounted on the outside, then, you only have your solar panels deployed when you're at camp, like when you're sitting still. Obviously, when we're actually moving, the alternator's charging, but with all those like random times here and there, trailheads, whenever we're out on a hike and the van's parked in a trailhead parking lot, we're charging like that. So, yeah, I would say there's definitely a difference. And if you have the space to mount it on the roof, then do it. But if you don't, then you don't. And a portable one is going to be just fine.
Yeah, and I think there's also a lot of value in doubling up and having, if you've got just a little bit of space to spare on the roof, you may want to do like a panel or 2 panels on the roof, and then have the portable one for those times when you are parked and able to deploy that portable one. So just kind of upping your solar intake when you are parked. So I think there's a lot of merit in that too. That's what we were actually planning on doing with Nate's mom's build. If we weren't able to fit 4 panels, we wanted to get 4 panels up there, 400 watts of solar up there on top of hers. And so our plan was, if we couldn't get 400 watts, that we would get 200 up there and 200 in a portable situation. So kind of making that double that way. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room on the roof of her camper, though. the manufacturer told us that we couldn't fit 400 up there. I think we could fit 600.
Oh, we could fit 600 without a doubt. The Renogy Eclipse panels, we could fit 600.
Easily.
Not even like.
Not even trying.
Yeah,
like,
not even like a scale like overhang on the side. It's like without a doubt 600.
Yeah, they told us we couldn't fit 400.
Tell us we can't do something. Get out of here.
Somebody told us we couldn't fit 5 panels on our van.
Yeah.
And
No,
we have room for 6.
We have room for 6. No, we can totally do 6. So yeah, so we're doing 4 panels on that one, and then we're also going to have basically instructions on how to build that same one, but for 600 watts, in case somebody wants to, because it's pretty close to the similar wiring and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to skip to this one real quick. Ida Big Kahuna says that he makes DC to DC converters that will go from 12 volt to your laptop brick voltages and amps. Yes, I'm super interested in that. Send me an email.
Please do.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Misty Johnson was saying, have we looked into the Zero Breeze air conditioner? And could our solar setup handle it?
So no, we haven't looked into that one specifically, but I'm pretty sure that one, I'm pretty sure ours could handle it for sure. Like, but I think that one is that's one of those portable ones, right? It's not the swamp cooler. It's not the swamp cooler
right.
type.
It's a Kickstarter one.
Okay, that's not the one I was thinking of.
It looks like this.
Oh, that's definitely not the one I was thinking of. Okay, so no.
Okay, so that one, I haven't looked at that one in about 6 months or so. If I remember correctly, this is one of the Kickstarters where they took everybody's money and pieced out with everything.
Oh.
I don't know that for sure, but so take that with a grain of salt. I'm not backing that stat up, but I think
It never came to fruition.
It never came to fruition.
There are a lot of Kickstarters that have not come to fruition.
So
recently.
if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm not going to be mad
Please do, yeah.
or anything like that, but I think that's what happened with that deal. Yeah.
Okay, how do we deal with the burning alcohol smell on our stove, especially indoor? The odor gave me a bad headache when I used it. It's never given us a headache or anything, but you do want to ventilate while you're cooking. So we have a fan right above where we cook, right above our counter where we cook. And so we always keep that on and ventilating while we're cooking. So that may be one of the problems.
I've actually heard that like burning that alcohol, that's kind of a personal thing too. Like I can't smell it. I can't like I've heard some people like they're like, oh my gosh, how can you handle the smell of that burning alcohol? And I personally, well, obviously you can't really smell it either.
I can smell it for sure.
But
it doesn't give me a headache or anything.
It's not like smells bad, like super stinky, like pungent odor.
No, it's just for me, like what I smell is just a faint odor, just enough to remind me that I need to open the window or like open the vent.
So if you are already venting your area, which you should be venting it anyway if you're burning anything inside, or if you're cooking, just for moisture's sake. But you should do that. But then if that's not the case, if you're already venting it, and you might just be one of those lucky individuals that can smell that really strongly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
No.
Also, the tank was full, but alcohol was completely gone after 2 weeks, even with the plastic vapor cover. How do you handle that?
Weird.
2 weeks? That's really fast for it being used up. So
yeah,
we have not had that problem. So, honestly, I don't know what to say. Like, unless you're like cooking things a lot, like really, really, really often. But we cook every single day. We cook breakfast and dinner every single day. So we're using it pretty regularly. So I'm not sure why that would be used up fast, but usually a tank lasts us for quite a while.
Yeah, month
month and a half. Yeah, month and a half.
Month and a half. Yeah, yeah, very strange. I would keep using it. I would just keep testing it and stuff like that, and like kind of keep track of how many like gallons you. Because if you're able to, let's see, it says the tank was full. Yeah, I would try it out for a little bit longer and like see if it gets any better. Basically.
Yeah.
I wish I had more to offer on that one because we haven't had that problem with ours.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
So A Taylor asks, charger drawer, what do we charge? Designing one for my van. So we actually have one main charger drawer that we have like a 12 volt and 2 USB chargers in. And so we use that one to charge up our camera batteries, charge up our GoPro batteries, charge up our drone batteries, charge up our battery packs, anything like that. So it's in a drawer and put away, but still charging at the same time. And we don't have cords just like randomly lying everywhere, which is what would have happened. So we designed it that way so that we could have all of that stuff charging all at once, and not taking up, and still be put away. I think that's all we charge on that.
Yeah, basically. Three drone batteries, about six or seven at this point. Sony camera batteries, 4 or so GoPro batteries, gimbal battery, and that's all in that drawer, really. I think. Yeah. Drone controller battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the battery packs. We always keep battery
packs.
Oh yeah,
with
the
us the portable battery packs.
Yeah, just for extra battery.
Yeah, exactly. Shane was asking, can't remember, do y'all use a WeBoost cell booster or something similar? Yes, we do use a WeBoost cell booster. So we put a video out a few weeks ago that was, I feel like you commented on it, that was about how we get like Wi-Fi on the road, and that was basically kind of sort of a WeBoost. It was kind of a WeBoost review in disguise about getting Wi-Fi on the road. Yeah, because we use the WeBoost to get signal to our phones, and from our phones we hotspot to
laptops.
Yeah, to the laptops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have a separate laptop hotspot device.
And
you can get those, but we don't have one.
Obviously, it depends on the area you're in, but the area that we were in made a huge difference. Like, I mean, it was decent signal before, so I was getting the download. Okay, so get this. I don't know. So where we're at currently in Oklahoma, the 4G signal's not very good, and which, okay, you know, that's positional. But the Wi-Fi signal here is let's see, I didn't look at it when we were here this year, but last year when we were here, when we were building out the van, I told them to max out the internet. Like, I need the fastest internet you can give me here. And the fastest internet that we could get at this location, the fastest Wi-Fi internet, was an upload speed of 5 megabits per second. So that's what it was. It 5 or was it 3? It was no more than 5. I can't remember.
I think it was 5. I think we upgraded. I think we've paid to upgrade from 3 to 5.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 1.5 to 3 or 3 to 5.
I think it was to 5 because they said we could get to 10, and we paid for that upgrade. But then they came back and said, actually, no, we can't give that to you.
Yeah.
And like, I could like throw a rock and hit their headquarters. We're like right across the street.
Oh, I flew the drone over their headquarters the other day, so it was like less than a mile. You couldn't throw a rock that far.
Oh, shut up.
No, you actually
never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
So, yeah, it's not that far away. And so anyway, that's what we're at. So anyway, that was kind of a long story to tell you this. But anyway, when we were in the desert out in Mammoth, just south of Mammoth, California, where we shot that video, we were getting download speeds of like 80 megabits per second, 80, and an upload speeds of So without the Wii Boost, we were getting like 1 megabit per second. But with the Wii Boost, we were getting like nearly 30 megabits per second on our upload speeds. So basically, turn the Wii Boost off, 1 megabit upload. Turn the Wii Boost on, it was like 27 something megabits per second upload. So it was a huge, crazy difference. So if you actually want to see the video for that one, it's how do we get how do we get Wi-Fi on the road, is what that one is all about. So.
Yeah, and Eric, I'm gonna jump down to this one. Eric said, "I heard that's hard on the phone. I think if you're talking about hotspotting from it, it very well might be, but we actually do. We pay for the AT&T Next, where you just get a new phone every single year. So we haven't had a problem with that, and we're getting a new phone every year anyway.
Yeah.
So we haven't really had a problem with that, and I think it's better than paying for an extra device, like having that extra separate device to have to hotspot from.
Because it's like, in all reality, it's like, even if it is bad for it, it's like, what else do we do? Like, we have to work from the road, so like, you take away our internet, you take away our money.
Yeah,
and
that's
which is kind of dramatic, but it's also kind of true. So that's just one of the things we have to budget in, basically.
Yep. Let's see. Have you ever had your van vandalized while parked at a trailhead? No, we have not. Have you had that happen? I feel like that's a question from experience.
I feel like that'd be a rare thing, but
yeah, never had anything. We've never had anything bad happen. Like, knock on wood, we've never had anything major happen to our van or anything like that.
Yeah. Misty said that she's seen some reviews of people that got those zero. I keep wanting to say goal zero. It's not goal zero. Zero. What is it called? Zero breeze.
Zero breeze.
Zero breeze units. So I'll check into it. Like I said, my information is likely outdated. So Shane said he's getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a good question by James. So James, his question was, how do you know when the batteries are fully charged? Do you charge batteries overnight while you sleep? I need some clarification on this question. Are you talking about our solar batteries or all of our device batteries? So before I go on,
yeah, that's a good question.
Clarify, and I'll get back to it. So anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim was asking, when we were out on our winter adventures, how did you handle water in the van so it didn't freeze in your tanks and pipes? So all of our tanks and pipes are interior to the van. They're inside the actual body cavity, inside the walls. I said body cavity on live. They're inside of the walls of the van.
I can't unhear that.
And so basically, with the exception of like our garage area, which they did freeze up back there one time, but then we found our problem. We just didn't have enough airflow back there. We left our East Bar D2 heater on all the time, so it kept the living space nice and cozy all the time. And so once we got a fan, I cut a hole in the back of the kitchen area, like underneath the kitchen cabinet, basically, so it can't even see it from the living area. You can only see it from the garage, and put a computer fan up there. And so it circulated some warmer air back to the back. That got rid of all of our problems. But ultimately, yeah, all of our stuff is inside.
All of our problems. We got rid of every single problem we've ever had.
Got rid of all of our problems. Like,
man, solid.
Good stuff. You just checked out after that comment, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway.
Okay, James said the charging drawer batteries. No, I just leave them on. Just plug them in, and then when they're full, they're full. I keep them plugged in all the time. I don't pull them off, like when they're full, because wow, that would be logistical. I'm not that organized to pull things off like right when they're get charged up.
Yeah. They're
not really pulling, like if they're pulling any charge off of our solar batteries, when they're already fully charged, it's negligible at best. Mm-hmm. And our batteries are big enough to handle, our solar batteries are big enough to handle it right now, and that's even before we switch over to lithium.
Yeah, so we won't have any problems with that.
No.
Pet Cat Rio, off the wall off the wall question: why is it that sometimes people's shirts show the mirror image, but yours is readable? It's probably because a lot of people on YouTube or live videos do it on their phones, which then reverses the image, and we are actually on a camera.
Yeah.
So that's probably the reason for that.
Is that what it does it? Does it do that on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Yeah. Interesting. We just care about our live stream a little bit more than...
Yeah, that's why we've had so many problems with it recently.
It's a work in progress. You know. No, good question.
We've
though.
actually reached the end of comments. So, I think on that
Fantastic.
note, we are going to call it a night. And thank you guys for sticking around with us for the last hour and 15, something like that, however long we've been on this, as well as the people who have stuck around since we were supposed to be live an hour and 45 minutes ago.
Exactly.
So we really appreciate that, and thanks for sticking around and hanging on while we were working out all of those problems.
Hopefully it'll get better next week. Oh, next week we'll be in Nicaragua. So next week, real quick before we go, live. Sorry, James had a follow-up question. All right, we're gonna back up for 2 seconds.
Okay.
2 USB ports and one 12-volt port. How do you plug in all those batteries we mentioned at one time? We kind of just rotate them around for now. We'll get a splitter eventually whenever I remember to order one. But basically that. So anyway, that's pretty much that. But yeah, next week we'll be in Nicaragua with Sam Van Zam. If she's still on here, don't know if she's
not.
She pieced out of here. Okay, so with Sam Van Zam and another good friend, Mike Garofalo, he's gonna be there. And so not sure if we're gonna have a live chat. We're going to try to, but
we'll see how internet speeds are.
We'll see if the internet supports us on that one. So that's that. And do you have anything else?
I don't think so. Good night,
Okay.
guys.